Hello, and welcome to the 59th in an unknown number of podcasts. Now, before I start with the questions for Fun Fact Friday, a brief note for students in years 10 and 12. You'll know, hopefully, that next week we progress further with our plans for a partial reopening of the school, and next week sees the beginning of the re-engage phase. You will already have been in touch with your form tutors over the last couple of weeks since we've been back from half term. And as you can see from the photos, school looks a very different place to the building that you had left when lockdown began. You can see we've got the yellow and black markers on the floors and the crosses, and the desks are spaced out as well. So when you do come into the building at some point over the next fortnight, do please be aware that we have all these social distancing measures in place. We'll be adhering to those practices and guidelines, and we've made the building as COVID secure as we can. Now, if you need further clarification or you've forgotten anything that your tutors may have discussed with you, Mrs. Knowles has made a video highlighting all of the changes that you can expect to see when you come into the building. That's available on the Academy's YouTube channel, and it's also on MS Teams as well. Do please give that a watch. Now, a word of caution, I guess. It's not the same building and it won't be the same atmosphere as when you had left it. When we began lockdown. It will feel strange. It will feel unusual to see friends or familiar faces again in your forms and not be able to hug them or give them handshakes, high fives, fist bumps, whatever. It's perfectly fine for that to feel strange. And in the same way that some of you may have experienced if you've been out shopping in the supermarkets, these are the rules that we have to follow at the moment. This is the world that we are in, and so we're just following those procedures to make sure that you and others are safe. Okay, now on to the questions for today's Fun Fact Friday. The first question is from Mr. Barber. There are 7 countries that end with the letters STAN. If they are listed alphabetically, which one would be in the middle? So there are 7 countries that end with the letters STAN. If they are listed alphabetically, which one would be in the middle? The second question from Dr. Britton. According to Greg Wallace on Inside the Factory, approximately how many baked beans are there in a standard-sized tin? So according to Greg Wallace on Inside the Factory, approximately how many baked beans are there in a standard-sized tin? The third question from Mr. Foster. How many South American cities have played host to the Summer Olympic Games? How many South American cities have played host to the Summer Olympic Games? From Mr. Barker, we have the fourth question. Which of the following dishes has not featured on the menu at Heston Blumenthal's flagship restaurant? Is it A, snail porridge, B, meat fruit, C, egg and bacon ice cream, or is it D, squirrel nut roast? So which of the following dishes has not featured on the menu at Heston Blumenthal's flagship restaurant? Is it A, snail porridge, B, meat fruit, C, egg and bacon ice cream, or D, squirrel nut roast? And finally from me, which timepiece has the fewest number of moving parts? And which one has the most? So which timepiece has the fewest number of moving parts, and which one has the most? Those then are your questions for Fun Fact Friday. I do hope that you're able to dedicate some time over the weekend to ponder, to think about the answers to those. And as ever, I'll be back on Monday with the answers. So until then, do enjoy the weekend and be kind, take care and stay safe.